The more you try to keep me down and keep my head above the water, you can never hold me down. The more you try to block me out, that's where I kick the wall down. You can never hold me back. The more you try to put me out, the more I'll be blazing, it's too hot. The more you try to put me in the dirt, increase my work, the expert. You see the hunger in the eyes of a survivor. Swallowed my pride, washed down with some saliva. Reinvented my whole life, mental MacGyver. One door shut, another open up wider. Listen, battle drums in the distance, moving with enough force like army tank pistons. Pray for the strength of Jah to fight resistance. Fight mode, shields up, moving with resilience.
The strength of 1,000 lion and the strength of 1,000 giant. Please stay strong. Please stay strong. With the strength of 1,000 elephant and the strength of 1,000 tiger, we stay strong. We stay strong.
Hey everybody, it's Casey with Pinecase. Thanks for hanging out with us on another beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Well, it's evening, man. It's right late, like straight late, man. Tonight we're hanging out with Underground's one and only doing mainstream numbers, Rhode Island's man of the hour. And I don't see any moment of slowing down. I know you've been at it for a little while, so thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight, Freddie Black.
No, the pleasure is all mine, man. I'm happy to be here.
Listen, when we started this project, it was, we're like, how do we bring interesting people to the kids? How do we bring people who are doing amazing things to the kids? How do we inspire the youth? Because it's something, right now with the current climate, I know a lot of people are stressing out about life and all this stuff, and the kids are kind of getting left behind. And unfortunately, especially with the hip hop scene back in the day used to be that place where the adults were always doing things, but the kids were always invited, right? Like to the spaces. That's where we got our lighting techs from, and our, our sound man and our dudes at the door and all of that stuff. And the way things kind of went, we lost that a little bit. And I applaud gentlemen like yourself that are getting back to some of that are bringing that culture back, that are opening up the doors.
Show everyone in that it never left, it never went nowhere. We still, you know what I mean? Everyone act like it's like people is bringing it back, but everyone's been doing that this whole time. You know what I'm saying? You just got to know where you're looking, know what to look for.
Fair enough. Tell me like what that looks like for you and what that looked like for you growing up.
See, for me, growing up, I was lucky. I had an older brother, so my brother's 5 years older than me. So I got to get my ears and hands on like hip hop at an early age that I might not have been able to hear. You know what I'm saying? Having a brother 5 years older than me, so totally. I was in it young. You know what I'm saying? Especially my dad. My dad used to DJ too when I was young, and so my older brother, him and my cousin Marquise, they had my dad finally he was done with it, ended up giving them the turntable.
Oh shit!
And they used to be up in the room trying to like figure it out and pretend they was rapping. I was in the car. I was young, maybe like 8, 9 years old. You know what I mean? At the time, this is like the late '80s. You know what I'm saying? And watching them, and that's pretty much where I fell in love with hip hop ever since then.
That's so beautiful. I love it when it's organic like that, and like I can picture the kids trying to sort that out, pressing all the buttons, and like
my dad, he was. I don't even. He was just done. He had given up on the DJ. Gave my brother all his records. Gave him the turntables, and like was like, yeah. And he was just. They were trying to figure it out, and this was like right at the height of like, where all that was like really getting popular. You know what I'm saying? But before, it wasn't like even mainstream yet.
Right. Well, he's probably feeling the pressure, right? Like we got bills to pay and shit. Like we can't be hanging out all the time.
I don't know what was going on, but I just know because I know when I got older, he kind of told me like during that time, like all that was new. So like, especially where we lived in Rhode Island, so it's like 3 hours from New York. So all that stuff was like happening in New York, and then a couple guys was trying to like bring that up here, but a lot of the clubs they still weren't. They wanted live music, live bands, so they were like hating on the DJ. You know what I'm saying? In certain places, they didn't believe that it was even gonna be something that would be withstanding or even lasts, you know what I mean, the time. But hey,
Little
look
did
at it
they
now.
know, right? Little
Yeah,
did they
look at us
know.
now. 2025 is still
Damn.
here.
Yeah. Yeah, and what it's done for everybody. When yeah. When did it hit for you? Like when did you fall in love with music?
I say probably at an early age. You know, I was always loved it. You know what I mean? The feeling that you get, like, you know what I mean. They only say only you have to be a different type of individual to get like you know, you hear that song and it give you that chill
Right.
like that. You know, you can't even explain it. It's just like I don't even know what you call it. It's just like you feel that, just like ooh, like it's in
Euphoric.
your soul. You know what I'm saying? But like I thought that was something that everybody felt. But I guess when I got, you know what I mean, if you read and find out things, that's not something everyone doesn't get that feeling. You know what I'm saying? And I've been having that feeling since I could, you know, remember real rap.
I literally just finished a conversation with somebody who said the exact same thing. They're like, "I don't like love music." And I'm like, "Pardon? Like how does that even happen?" But yeah, there's a chemical reaction that happens for some of us, right? When the
Yeah,
dopamine's released and it gives us that like elation and exhilaration and the blood starts pumping, break a little bit of a sweat sometimes, depends
yeah,
on what
yeah,
you know
yeah,
what's happening in the environment and like yeah, I find it crazy. It's unfortunate. It's almost sad, right? You want to like grieve the people that don't understand what the hell you're talking
yeah. They
about.
don't get it. Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't get it.
Yeah.
But hey, the ones that do, they understand. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
what it's for.
Yeah, definitely. So what was your biggest like inspiration then for music when you started making it?
My inspiration, like as far as like artists that I were like looking up to, or just like my inspiration just to make music in general. You
Well,
mean
actually,
like
yeah, I mean, kind of both. Like, so, because those are two very different questions, right? Obviously,
mhm,
the music that you're making doesn't necessarily have to be the stuff that you were listening to or grew up listening to. But what are some of your, like, what are some of some of the standouts, like, as you're growing up that you're definitely like, yeah, this is, this is my jam. Like,
like
I listen.
see, you know probably I'm a little older, so you know what I mean. I just turned 45 this year.
Mm,
So when I was growing up, I was really into like KRS-One, was like you know what I mean, Tribe Called Quest, like
yes.
Wu Tang, obviously, Mobb Deep. Like I was like from when they first came out was like my teenage years. You know what I'm saying? So listening to them first time was like I like those dudes raised me in a sense. That music, you know what I mean, hearing it for the first time. Actually, you know what I mean. When I hear it now, it brings me back to those times. Like '96, I was in freaking high school, bro. Like wilding out. You know what I'm saying? Like listen to Wu Tang the forever. You know what I'm saying? So we would skip school to stand in line to go get the CD. You still had to go to the record store back then to go get the CD. You know what I'm saying? Standing in line, like straight up, shit was crazy. Now,
Yes.
you know what I mean? When a million records was really a million records. Now it's just based off of streams, and they make up their own numbers and calculate it and pay the artist whatever they feel like paying them.
It's that
That's
I miss
fucked
that
up.
part of I miss that part so much. Even like, and first of all, we're not old, we're beautiful, right? Like we're
No,
just
no
I
doubt.
admit like barely hitting prime right now. I'm like, hold on.
Yeah,
I am
man,
looking forward to like 70, 75 sitting on my rocking chair, just like yelling at the neighborhood kids and shit. So I'm not really worried about what other people be thinking is old right now.
no doubt,
But
no doubt. No, I didn't
but
mean it like that. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, so some of the people, you know what I mean, listening to
yeah.
yo whatever, but you know, I'm just saying, hip hop been around a long time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we young in those eyes too, you know. So you're right.
Mhm. Yeah, but I distinctly remember going to like HMV. I mean, and even that was like after the record stores. Like I remember when HMV and all them places came out, and that was like the metropolis, like money making version of what
Yeah,
had already been happening. And even that seems like ancient, ancient history,
yeah,
right? Like,
it is.
dang.
It all is. It's crazy now. It's just like, oh, songs out, it's on your phone right away. Like there's no like, it's not even this easy to get. Like you hear shit, you was like, oh man, how you get that? Everything is just it's too easy to get now. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? You don't gotta put no work in.
It's
They might have been sold out the CD. You might not
I was
even been able to get it. You know what I
Uh,
mean?
yeah, exactly. And you had to work for that money. Like I remember when Dre 2001 came out, and I know there was a lot of great albums that came out before that, but specifically that album, like I worked my ass off for that 1999. Like I worked my
Yep,
ass off for that
yep,
1999. And like we're missing the album art now. We're missing that like that tactile feeling when you got something in your hand and you can just appreciate, and your friends are touching it. You're like, no, 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 like don't be doing all that. Like put it down, leave it alone, especially with the
yeah.
CDs because they would scratch and shit. So you can't really
Right. Yeah, you couldn't even. Yeah, this shit was not durable. Hell
right.
no. You get a scratch on it, it was over. You had to buy them. Man, man, listen. You had to rebuy a few CDs that got messed up or lost or stolen or whatever. You left them in your boy's car or friend's
Yeah.
car or whatever. See you later. You never see that shit again.
Man, it was always the dude, like it was always the dude with the multi-track. You know how you could put like five discs in once in his trunk?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
he was
yeah,
like the
yeah,
CD collect dude,
yeah.
he stole
Right.
everybody's music,
Everybody
everybody's
knows
music.
CDs. Everybody knows CDs. Real talk. For real.
It's like the pit. Oh, it
You're
used to
not
drive me nuts,
lying.
right? Like,
You're not
oh,
lying. That's crazy. And now all that shit is obsolete, which is
yeah,
wild.
it's sad.
I don't even think I don't even own a CD player. I don't even know I can't even play a CD. I don't even know if I can play a CD right now.
No, I could. Well, I couldn't. Maybe. Nah. No, I don't think I could. For sure
You
not.
know,
No.
I can play a record, but I can't play a CD, which is
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah. Maybe in my car actually, only because my kid's got that DVD player thing in the background, like in the,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
might work.
yeah. That'll
Yeah.
work.
I just think I remember growing up, my dad had like the. Do you remember like the tape deck ones that had like the cord
Yeah,
coming off it? You put the tape
yeah,
in and it had like
yeah,
to the Walkman.
yeah. I remember the joints. Yeah, you can put so you can play like whatever, like you play the CD man. It would hook it up to
Yeah.
like your CD player or whatever. Yep.
Yeah. Couple Sony Explodes hooked up, just ready to go. Like we thought, oh my gosh, that's so
That
funny.
that was the first aux. That was like the aux before the aux came out.
Yes.
Real shit.
That's so
That's
funny. Yeah.
wild. These
But
kids
yeah,
don't even know how good they got it.
no, no, they don't. But maybe we had it good though, because there's something to be said for like a collection of music the way that it's supposed to
Nah,
be
I
heard,
agree.
right?
I agree. I definitely agree.
Like I can't count the time then my kid comes up to me and is like, listen to this. And I'm like, well, what else do they got? And he's like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, what do you mean you don't
Hmm.
know? You've been
I don't
listening to this
know.
on repeat all day long and you never like thought
Yeah,
to like
just
look up
what?
another.
Yeah, see what else they got.
Yeah.
They're like, nah, because as soon as I'm done with this song, I'll be looking for something new anyway. Just
Yeah,
you know what I mean? In and out.
exactly. That's wild. Yeah, so true.
No one making nothing timeless no more.
No, no. So then how do you remain timeless in a space like that? Because when it comes to underground, like, my God, you're not even seriously. Congratulations to your success, by the way. Like,
I
congratulations
appreciate
to
it.
everything that you've been doing, because
I think
that's
it's
not
just
easy.
I've been blessed and lucky enough to meet some dope like as producers in my journey. You know what I'm saying? So they help with making the timeless records, and then the music is just organic, so it just comes, you know what I mean? So like when I set to create, I don't know what it's gonna be when at to the end, you know what I mean? I just know it's gonna be dope. So I just like that's just what we strive for, to make just dope shit, you know what I'm saying? Like no
Yeah.
matter what, just to try and make it dope. And if
Yeah.
the people like it, then it ends up being even better. But like that, I don't even be thinking like that when we make. We just be in here and like, you know what I mean. We get the beat, and boom, 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 come with ideas, and then next thing you know, we got a record like me and you know what I mean. And yeah, it's pretty. It's like not a lot of thought. Well, I wouldn't say a lot of thought, but it's not. It's like it's easy. You know, it's easy.
You say that like it's no big deal. Like it's just easy. Like what a
No,
talent, man.
we've just been doing it for a long time. But like I said, I gotta give credit to a lot of the producers that I work with that really give me that heat, because that they make it a lot easier. You know what I mean? The production.
Yeah, totally. What do you do when things don't go the way that you think they're going to go, or like the way that you planned it? How do you set yourself up for those moments? I don't want to call them failures because in music it doesn't really exist, right? It's just
Yeah,
like maybe not as successful as you thought it was going to be, but how do you set yourself up for those moments that don't go the way that you planned?
I just don't get in my feelings too much, or like get too high or too low, or really expect much. You know what I mean? Like like if I just got to put the work in. Like if you put the work in, everything will unfold. If I don't put the work in, then I can't even be mad about it because obviously I didn't put enough work in for it to not be going that way. You know what I'm saying? Because anything that I actually try to put my head into, I end up getting it done and figuring it out. Just things that I slack on or whatever, things might not ever end up going my way. So there's always a reason behind. You know what I'm saying? Like if something's not working out, it's usually, you know what I mean, lack of effort or lack of just like putting in that focus. Sometimes I got so much shit going on, so it's just like it's hard to like stay focused. But
Yeah.
for the most part, you know, things go. We talk it, we speak positive, and that shit comes into fruition. You know what I mean? So that's what it's got to be.
Yeah. I don't People don't put enough stock into that like positive attracts positive idea.
Yeah,
The law of attraction I think is kind of what
that's
people kind of
real.
minimize it to, but there's, it's wild like when, especially when you keep people around you that also do that, when everybody is just striving for greatness,
Yeah,
and like that's what it is. It's really tough to have a bad day when everybody's bringing that to the
yeah.
table like.
Nah, I was watching seen this RZA this interview today actually, just a clip
Mm,
of it, and he was speaking on that, just talking about how like one negative action if that you put out is gonna bring back, you know what I mean, a negative action. But a positive, you do something positive, it's gonna come back positive, but in times 10. So like, the more positive shit you put in the atmosphere, the more chances of it coming back to you. You put negativity in it, just guarantee something negative is gonna end up coming back to you. So you keep that mindset, like I try and keep that mindset, be positive, positive, speak positive, speak fruition, speak it, and good stuff usually happens.
yeah.
Gotta stay focused, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Amen to all of
I
that.
try to tell my wife that all the time too.
Well, us females, we're real emotional, so you got to give us a little bit. It takes us a little bit longer to get to that rational place,
No,
right?
no
Like,
doubt, no doubt. But I
yeah,
try
yeah,
to tell
yeah,
her that.
yeah.
Try and tell her positive, positive, positive.
Mhm.
You think negative, and that's usually what's gonna happen because you're looking for it. You be looking for it. You know what I mean? You're looking for positive stuff. You don't even see the negative. You just see the positive. You know?
Well, it's wild too. Like, it took me a long time to kind of lock into to understanding what that meant, because even when you exercise positivity all the time, and that's why I said it's hard to call it a failure, because it doesn't even feel that way, because you're on to the next thing so quickly that
Yeah,
the things that don't work out the way that they're supposed to, or you think they're going to work out, they're just kind of like a bump and then they're gone. It's just like quick as it came in, it left, right? And so
yeah, right.
yeah, but as we're women, we're emotional creatures, so
Oh,
we
no
we
doubt, no
you know,
doubt, no doubt. I get
so
it.
it's a little bit different.
I definitely get it. But we are emotional at times. You just gotta
Yeah,
can't let the emotions control you. You know,
right.
that's all. You gotta
Yeah,
control the emotions
yeah,
because everyone's gonna be
absolutely.
emotional. That's that's human.
Yeah.
We ain't robots. You know.
No, true. And we talk about it a lot on the show. Like, you don't have to go very far to hear, like, you're mad, you got to suck it up, deal with it, all that stuff. And so I think it's really important to talk about the fact that, like, it isn't like that. Like, especially the dudes, like, you guys aren't robots, and the fact that we assume that you are okay being in that space is just crazy. Like, the same way that I say women are emotional, men are rational, but to think that you guys don't feel anything, or that just because you understand how to maybe put that together a little bit better doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt sometimes, is like, it's just a weird standard that we have, that I don't know. I feel like we got to deal with that, like that maybe not stigma, but that standard surrounding, men. It's like, you guys just have to keep it together. Like, you can't be crying in public and all that nonsense. Seems
Right.
unfair. Yeah.
Hold on. Damn headphones.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. We're easy around here. We're easy. But yeah, I don't know. It's been going on for so long.
There we go. I'm new at this.
Yeah, well, listen, we started this with like a stolen trap phone and like a a gift card for Canadian Tire. Like you don't have to worry about nothing.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Uh,
Can you can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you now.
All right,
But
good,
I
good.
don't know why my headphones I'm disconnected. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm bugging out.
You got them charged up or what?
Yeah, no, they're charged up. Hold on.
Yeah, no worries. Do your thing. Actually, while you're doing that, I'm going to quickly plug our warm line. For you, yeah, for you guys that are hanging out with us tonight, thank you so much for joining us. I see all of you guys in the comments. I appreciate you, Jim, Lori, Calico, Michelle, everybody. I see you. Just so you guys know, we do have a warm line. So it's 250-289-3948. The reason why that's important is because some of these situations that you guys deal with on a day-to-day basis that you think are normal, that you just need to get off your chest, that you maybe don't want to use the hashtag 988 number for, you can use it where it's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We got our beautiful trained volunteers that are always waiting. Text in your name and your location so we can get the resources from the community that you're in. And as you're having the conversation, whether it's like you're just having a tough day at work or maybe you had to put down your dog or something like that, as you're having the conversation, we reach out, get the resources from your community, and then add it into the conversation so you guys leave with all the things that you need. And with that, I don't want to say it's not a big deal because it absolutely is a big deal, but I want you to know that calling us is not a big deal. It's cool. And it doesn't have to be this big over the top sort of scenario that brings you to that call. It doesn't have to be that serious. What you're feeling in your day to day is valid, and what you're trying to navigate is absolutely valid. And so we're here to have that conversation with you guys. So it's 250-289 3948. You know how many times I've said that number in my life? Like so many times. It's wild that I even hesitated.
There we go.
There you are. Welcome back.
I apologize.
No, it's all good. It's all
There we
good.
go.
Yeah. No, I took the opportunity. So, Pinecase has a warm line that we have that's operated and staffed by volunteers that are amazing, and we offer that line to people. Hashtag 988 is the suicide prevention line for both the states and for Canada, and people want to use that one, and that's amazing because they know what they're doing. But it sounds like it might not be in operation forever. And so what we did was we turned an old trap line into a warm line. So it's a crisis prevention line. People can go ahead and text in or call in or whatever they need to do, and we hook them up with locations and resources in their location and everything that they need. Or if they just want to chat, like that's fine too. So took the opportunity to go ahead and let the people know.
I'm fired.
Yeah, thank you, but yeah, I don't where were we in this conversation, right? Like talking about, having to, men specifically. It seems like you guys kind of get, I don't want to say the raw deal, but the expectation for you guys to have to navigate trials and tribulations is a lot higher than it is for women, yet women seem to have the most resources.
Yeah.
And so when you guys come together collectively as a crew or a family or whatever, it almost seemed like that was I don't want to say it's a necessity, right? Like you guys found that and you're like, okay, let's support each other. Let's love each other through these things, no matter what that looks like. So I appreciate, I always can tell the guys that have like a solid crew of people around them. You can tell because they walk differently, they talk differently, they act differently. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
can
got a
see
good.
that.
I got a nice strong family. You know what I'm saying? All my kids is good. Like all my kids are grown. So like my youngest is
Yeah.
23. Just my son. You know what I'm saying? I got two daughters, 20, 24, and 26.
Wow. Beautiful,
Yeah, and
beautiful.
they're all good.
Congratulations.
My 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 daughter just graduated law school.
Yes, I seen that.
Yeah,
Congratulations to her. Congratulations to you guys for like making that happen. Like good for her
yeah.
for sticking that through because that's not an easy one. That's a big
Nah,
one
not at
though.
all. Not at all. She crushed. She killed that shit
Yeah.
too. So respect.
Amazing. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
She
Shout out
did
to
that
her.
too. So I don't even take no credit. She put in all the time and the work for real, man. She did it. So
Yeah.
I gotta let her have it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we need strong people, man. We need strong individuals out there doing that kind of stuff.
We definitely do.
Taking over one youth at a time. I see it all the time, all
Yeah.
the time. It's so amazing. Like tables are turning, we're coming out, the clouds are breaking. But I talk like that, and then you were like, "Man, we've been cool here the whole time. What are you talking about?" So maybe I just haven't been looking in the right places because it looks like, when I have some of these conversations, I think like everybody goes through these heavy pressures, but not everybody is out there kind of going through all that stuff. Like,
Yeah, no, that's true.
yeah.
Or they're just not expressing it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
People will be going through it, or or you just don't see it. Or a
Yeah.
lot of people just be in your bubble. So what you see, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying, your day to day. You got people who live in places like even where I live in Newport, Rhode Island. You got people who this is I live in the smallest state, smallest state in the United States. You know what I'm saying, Rhode Island. And Newport is a little town, but you got people who never even left,
Right.
just been here. So this is all they know, this little ass area, and they think that's everything. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole big ass world out there,
Yeah.
and if you don't go out and see it, then you never know.
I know some people that like haven't been out the park.
Yeah,
Like,
you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Straight up. So like, I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah,
I've been lucky enough to go to places and see, so I know it's different. You know what I'm saying? So every place you go is different.
yeah. What like off the top of your head, what was your favorite place to perform at?
Mm, damn. See, I don't even know. There's a lot of places I love, like as far as like venues or like I love performing in my home to state. You know what I mean? Just getting that love. But as far as like when I got the chance to go abroad, I think my favorite place was Switzerland.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay. Dang.
yeah.
They
Switzerland was fine.
they know what's
Yeah,
going on over there though. Like
yeah.
we need to
It
take
was
some
out.
notes
It
from
was out in
them.
Zurich. Out in Zurich, and yeah, it's beautiful. That's a beautiful place out there too, man. They like you said, they know what they're doing out there. I know that they're doing a lot different than America, man. That shit, it was nice out there, man. Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful people. The area was beautiful. Like there was no BS. Everybody was cool.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. They take care of their people differently too, though. Like they're setting standards out there when it comes to some of these troubles that we're dealing with, the unhoused and this wild like opiate epidemic and all this other stuff that's
you know,
happening. Like they deal with all that stuff completely different. Like, you really need
oh
to like
no, hundred,
snap.
yeah, they really do.
Yeah.
Like we could take notes on how they handle a lot of the things that they got going on over there. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, they got their shit together.
Yeah.
It was like it was crazy. It was crazy. It was life changing.
Yeah.
Just seeing it.
Well, and the wild part is like the structure is not even that. All they did was give people a roof over their head and give them some purpose. Like,
Yeah,
holy shit, purpose? That was it? Like, that's
yeah,
all they did. They just like threw some people in some four walls and then said, like, you guys are important. Here's some work, right? We
yeah.
don't we don't I don't know, we don't really promote
I
employment
feel like,
for whatever
yeah, no,
reason.
I feel like here, well, in the states, they just try and keep people divided and at each other's throats. So you don't notice them robbing both of you. You know what I mean? So that's really what it is.
Well, yeah, that, and then there's no incentive to do anything. Like when the income assistance check is enough to cover everything that you're trying
Yeah,
to get to accomplish, right? Like we're all kind of breaking even at the end of the day. Like let's not get it crazy. I mean, my bills come rolling in. I'm like, holy shit!
right,
Like
right.
that doesn't even sound that bad, right? Like where's the incentive to go to school?
You ain't lying though. You're not even lying.
Right? So I don't know. They need to change the incentive a little bit and put a little bit of structure on it. I mean, if you guys get a cut a check, that's great, but like, why not go volunteer at the local performing arts theater? Go usher for the evening. Put in a couple hours, right? Give everybody some purpose,
Yep.
right? And then you want to freshen up because now you got some purpose and you're hanging out and you're doing something for the community and arts and culture. Like there's simple things that would make such a big difference. I don't know why they're sleeping on some of that. And I mean, the Europe's kind of been on that for a minute. Like I don't know how they came to that conclusion quicker than we did, but it wouldn't take much to kind of sort some of that stuff out. I know when I was having tough times, right? That was it. I was like, I just needed some direction, some purpose, some value, right? Like as soon as someone was like, listen, like you have value, I was like, oh, fuck off and running, right?
Yeah.
So, no.
Yeah, see, I don't know how the difference between, I mean, the States and Canada is neither, because like I never been to Canada, not yet, but maybe if they have some kind of similarities of which, like, like the social
Yeah.
people, you know what I'm saying? But like, I mean, even you guys got a better, like, your medical system seems way better than what we got going on over here. So like, shit,
Yeah.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Even your doctor, it's tough, man. Shit is real.
Is it really like is it really that is it really that heinous down there? Because it is much of the same when it comes to like you don't want to go and ask the ministry for help because they'll take your babies type of shit. Like there is parents out here that ask for some support and then lost their kids. Like
Wow.
Like that kind of stuff. Like we have our welfare system, which is similar to like Section 8, right?
Yeah.
And it looks very much the same. Like
Yeah.
I mean, you guys do a better job of kind of bringing it into the entertainment industry. So I think it's maybe glamorized a little bit more than it is in Canada. But it's tough living out here, and there's streets down, East Hastings is comparable to some of the Detroit. Like I would say that they're, it's very much of the same. But when it comes to like medical and stuff, like, yeah, we have access to it. But unfortunately, no one really takes advantage of it because it's there, right? So there's still people walking around with like teeth falling out of their mouth and blood poisoning and all this other nonsense, even though it's accessible. But it's like almost to the point where like it's so accessible. Well, I'll just do it next week, or I'll do it next year, or I'll do it whatever. And so they like take advantage of the luxury of having it almost.
Yeah. See, here it's just it's like they charge your arm and a leg, you know what I mean? And it's like if you're lucky enough, you do have children or whatever, but they incentivize pretty much not working. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, if you're working, just like, oh, now you make too much to be able to get that assistance, but you're not making enough to provide what that assistance will get you. You know what I mean? So it's like, dang, you're almost damned if you do or damned if you don't. You know what I'm saying? It's almost better off like, damn, all right, maybe I should work as much and because you know what I mean? It ends up working out better. Like you know what I mean? Because like if you make over a certain amount, you gotta pay this much for your medical, but you're like, dang, I still gotta freaking eat and get gas and pay rent and all this other shit. But I need to go to the doctor too, though.
So Calico and I live in different provinces, and I know she's screaming right now, being like, I know exactly what you're talking about, because in BC on the West Coast, that's it. If you make over 35,000, you pay like the highest tax bracket. You don't get any like, cheap childcare. You don't get dental, you don't get medical, you don't get any of that stuff. It's when you sit under that tax bracket that you get everything. You get like, which is wild. Like, how do you get income assistance and free childcare? Like, what the fuck is happening? Like, what is that? How does it even make sense? Like, why are you giving that? And not saying that they're not working or whatever, but like, why aren't we supporting our blue collar middle class people? Like, that's where the money needs to be going, right? Like, it just doesn't
really need it.
Yeah, exactly. And then, it would give some incentive to like push people to want to go and work. I know so many able-bodied people like that are totally capable of working, but they're just like, why would I? Like I make enough. It covers everything. Plus I get free childcare. Plus I get free, free punch cards
Yeah,
to go to the pool, take my kids to the rec
yeah,
centers, to go to the courts. Why would I pay for any of that shit? Like
yeah,
at the end of the day, we break even. So yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me. We've lost our way with all of that stuff, which is wild. And never mind that. I mean, this is why we're here, because like the middle class, they don't get the resources, they don't get the resources at all when it comes to mental health, anything. Like, you the only resources are kind of the people that are coming out of like treatment, or coming out of um an unhoused situation. And again, it's beautiful to be able to offer people that. It's amazing. But if you're working and you're busy, and say we'll just use construction for an example. If you're working construction, there isn't anywhere to even find those numbers to
no,
ask for help, right? Like, none of that stuff is posted. Where would they even post it, right? And so there isn't any space for them to advertise the fact that it might even be an option, on the tip that there isn't actually any options for them. It's kind of like, well, if you got coverage, then you're going to go ahead and have to call that number yourself, which I guess we should, as humans, we need to take some
yeah,
responsibility for
definitely.
ourselves, right? Like, it's not,
Yeah, yeah.
shouldn't be
Shouldn't
that
just be
easy,
waiting
but
on, yeah, waiting on someone to do it for you. You still gotta get out there and figure it out. You know what I'm saying? A lot of, you know what I mean, and that's a lot of people be lazy, and
yeah.
you know, a few bad apples make it bad. You know what I mean? They mess it up for everybody else. People who really need it. You know what I'm saying? Because you do have people who misuse it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then they group everyone into that bunch. You know what I'm saying? But not everyone's on it like that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, what kept you off of all of that stuff? I mean, not, and this isn't even like a race thing, but like just a human thing. Like, what kept you motivated for life?
Man, just work and my kids, pretty much my kids. You know what I mean? They motivated me every day. You know what I'm saying? Just get up and get out and try and make it better and easier for them. So the next generation don't gotta do, you know what I mean, grow up like how I grew up. You know what I'm saying? And then the kids, you know what I mean, each one's supposed to do better and better. I do, you know what I'm saying? I did better than my parents, so I hopefully by the will of God, grace of God, my kids will do better than me, and so on and so on.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know that not everybody thinks like that, right? I'm not even trying to be the
No,
negative
no, I
person in this
know, I
conversation, but
know, I know, I
it's
know they
beautiful to
don't.
hear you say that. Yeah.
I know they. A lot of people don't think like that, but I
Yeah.
mean, I do. So
Yeah. That's
hopefully it
beautiful.
rubs off on some people. You know what I'm saying? At least if it just rubs off my tribe, you know what I'm saying? That'll be enough to rub off someone else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just trying to keep that energy and put that energy out in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. And not use those as excuses. I mean, there's no reason, and not to, I don't want to bring any bad examples into it, but we hear it all the time, right? It's like, well, I went through this, so I deserve to da 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 da, or like, I self-medicate because my childhood. And if people got to deal with all that, that's fine. People know my story. It wasn't easy either. But at the same time, if you can take that tough stuff, if you can take that hardship and that frustration and that, and turn it into drive and you know action, and sky's the limit, man. Sky's the
Yeah, right.
absolute limit. Like, with that
Yeah,
tenacity and
real
that
good.
go, like,
I
that's what's
seen it.
good.
You got
Yeah.
goals and put the work in, you could do it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I watched my daughter just do put all that work and time in. She ain't even 25, and she about to take the bar and be a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I watched her. You know what I'm saying? So that's proof. You just gotta don't be lazy. Put the time, effort, and want it enough. You could literally get anything you want.
Yeah.
I
Well,
really
and
believe that.
no, I'm here with it. Like, I'm here with you with all of that. The thing, like, when people become a master at something, or when you become good at something, they started off not knowing what that was. I mean, same with
Yeah.
you, right? Before you started all this music stuff, like, you didn't know either, right? I mean,
Oh God.
maybe as a little baby hanging out with your big
No,
brother
yeah,
and stuff, but
yeah,
like,
yeah. You had dreams, but you didn't know. You know what I mean?
mhm,
Yeah, but nah, you never know until you actually put in the time and the work, and then you figure it out. You're like, oh yeah, figure out what you're good at. So everyone's good at something. You gotta figure it out.
yeah, absolutely. When did you kind of figure out that that's what was going to be paying the bills? Like, did you have that like aha moment, or that you're up on the stage and it like kind of clicked? You're like, okay, or was there a check that you got that was maybe a little bit bigger than the ones before or something? When did that moment happen for you?
You're just putting in the time and energy, like you get there, like I said, if you put the time and the effort and the energy, you reach the goals that you want, you know what I'm saying? And I'm still fighting and still trying to reach better goals and more, you know what I'm saying, to get out there. I feel sometimes I still feel like we still ain't got the props and recognition that I feel like we deserve, but that's just more work that just needs to get put in. You know what I mean? So I can't even be mad at people for not knowing who I am. I mean, okay, I gotta put some more work in on that side, and then those places, those areas.
Yeah. Where is there a part of keeping like the underground intact that you feel like you want to hold on to, even sliding over to the mainstream side of things? Like,
I I don't know. I think that the mainstream is what you make it. I, I feel like I make my kind of music, you know what I mean? And if it's people, the masses end up gravitating toward it, they're like, oh, that's mainstream. They called Tribe Called Quest mainstream at one
right.
point in time, but like, you know what I'm saying? They still didn't have to switch up the kind of music they were making. Wu Tang, 36 Chamber, all that stuff is make considered mainstream. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But
that's
like,
true.
I feel like we could still bring the stuff that we're making. It's more the powers that be what the music they want to be putting on the airwaves and stuff that they're pushing. Is trying to like find a way to get past that, the program, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? We could be back in the forefront.
Yeah. 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 Is there yeah. I don't know. I guess I always I don't know why like I thought to ask that question, but I- I'm like I just want everyone to like hold the underground so near and dear, and I don't know why I even feel like possessive about it even more than the artist. It seems silly, but I've never really thought about it. If you just stay consistent and you're just genuine to like who you are, then it doesn't really matter whether like underground and mainstream all becomes the same thing if your music is being pushed through to that space. Like it's not actually about switching anything up. Yeah. Hmm. Is there an artist that you like you want to work with before you leave this planet?
Oh, see, I got to work with like one of my idols, shout out Tash from the Alcoholics. You know what I mean? That's Big Bro. He's the one that actually brought me out on tour, to Europe. You know what I mean? But as far as shoot, I don't know, man. Like I'm down to work with anyone, but there's like no one that I could think of off the top of my head as far as like artists that I'm like dying to work with. Like, you know what I mean? I like the team that I have, my in-house team. There's some dope producers that I would like to rock with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Alchemist, you know what I mean? Conductor, couple
Yeah.
dudes, Dylan, Derringer, you know what I mean? I'd love to get some of those beats, but other than that, my producer, I got Tone Spliff, my man Castle Money Beats, Spliffed Out, you know what I mean? Those are the main guys that I really mess with. Ras Beats, we got a project, did an album, but yeah, I'm working now. Me and Tone Spliff working on a new album right now, and it's in the cuts, pretty much done recorded, getting mixed down. I got a EP that's gonna drop soon, which I did with this producer, Mopes. He's rocks with Strange Famous Records, Sage Francis. I don't know if you're familiar with those guys. He's like a
No.
super, super big underground out of my state, Rhode Island.
Dang.
He was just on tour, did a big tour with Atmosphere.
Yeah. Love Atmosphere. Love Atmosphere. Wow.
Matter
That's
of fact,
super
they're about to
exciting.
be we're supposed to get up with them because the Far Side's gonna be on tour with them in Cypress Hill.
Wow.
They're coming out this way. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Far Side. Those are the
Yeah.
big bros right there.
Yeah.
They let us go on. They took us on a little run, New England run with them. Went to New York and Boston with them last October.
Dang. Matt, congratulations, honestly. Like, just human to human, congratulations. Like, I know that, you know, it's easy to dream, but it's hard to dream too. And not everything always goes the way that it's supposed to go, but sometimes it goes better because of that. And when you start hanging out with just, you know, not even like, it doesn't even have to be that serious, but when you start looking at some of the things that you've done, like, congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Really do.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you're busy tomorrow night too. You're hanging out with our boy. Hey, what's going on there?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be out tomorrow with my man King Handsom. We got a versus. We'll be out at you know what I'm saying, BSR Studios. Live. He's actually live right now. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I get off of here, I'm gonna try and catch him.
Well, I won't keep you too long then. I really do appreciate you coming and hanging out with us tonight. Like I said, it's for the youth, it's for the dudes, it's for all of us to be able to chat with you and you spending some time with us and answering some of our questions. It, you know, it pushes the message out there that it's attainable. You just got to put a little sweat equity and heart into some stuff. So I really do appreciate you coming through and kicking it with Pinecase up in Canada. You know, I wish you all the best in all of your endeavors, and I really want to, you know, say shout out to King Handsom for linking all this up.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
that's a little bro right there.
yeah, he's amazing. He was hard for Pinecase too. He's always hitting us up for like things and you know, so the doors are wide open for both of you always. I hope you know that.
Yeah, we got to make it up to Canada, man.
Absolutely.
Get, do some shows. It's close too. Well, I know you know where I'm at, Nova Scotia. I could be there, and that's like a 6-hour ride from where I'm at or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not far.
Listen, you just let us know. You let us know where you're gonna be. Like, I hang out with a truck driver on the regular, so we're all over Canada all the time, anyways. But like, we got some big cities going on. It's not much for us to hop around. So we got to figure out something.
Yeah, New England. I'm right here, so Rhode Island. You know, we're only a few states away, and we'll be in Canada.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Everyone acts like it's like for some of us, it is a big deal because not everybody's got clean records and shit. So you guys got those doors like slammed right shut. So I don't know if I'll be down there anytime soon. But you know, if you want to come up and hang out, that's fine. I'll come meet you up there. That's no problem. Nova Scotia's not that far. I mean, maybe for Calico, but we'll make it work.
Yeah, no, yeah. Go up there, catch a hockey game.
Yeah, well, I live in Edmonton, right? And they were just playing the playoffs. It was crazy around.
Yeah, no, I can only imagine how nuts I'd be out there.
Yeah, it was wild. Yeah, it was packed. You couldn't get into town, and yeah, it was.
It's pretty big up here too. You know, we got the Boston Bruins. They're pretty popular around here too. So they go crazy for hockey around here too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so you know, that's cool. Well, darling, thank you so much. I'll honestly thank you. Like, I can't say it enough. When Calico does our programming and she does all the back work, is an absolute blessing every time I sit down here and I get to spend some time with, you know, amazing folks like yourself. I appreciate you from a cultural standpoint because music's important. And as a mother of kids, boys, you know, having representations of the community like yourself, it's a big deal. So just thank you so much.
But I definitely appreciate you guys having me and taking the time out. You know what I'm saying? Getting to chop it up with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, definitely, man. It's been a pleasure.
All right. Well, you take care. Everybody that came and hung out with us tonight, thank you so much for showing love and coming through. You guys can always hit us up on our warm line, 250-289-3948. It's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And if you guys need the big guns, it's #988. That's the suicide hotline. You guys have called it. I've checked it out. They're professional and courteous, and they know exactly what they're doing. So go ahead and use those two numbers. Thank you, Calico, for throwing it in the comment section so everybody knows where they need to go. Freddie Black, thank you so much for hanging out. You guys, we'll stay safe. Take care of each other, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
All right.
Bye.
Peace.
We stay strong. We stay
The
strong.
further you take my rights away, I'ma run to it, refuse to hear my voice. Speak loud when I spit it, but you don't get it. You just wanna be a side critic. See somebody else showing hate in the side of the road with it. Now how would you feel standing on the sideline and watch the color of a nation deteriorate over time? The flag real high but compassion 6 feet below. Now you're searching for that justice that decided to never show. Deny my place and back with a trace. Keep up the pace, tight lace, game face, get back in the race. Whatever they did could never be undone. Every dark night ends with the rising of the sun. Squandered every wealth that's built from the mud. Squandered every wealth that's built from the blood. Squandered every wealth that's built in chains. Stolen from the ancestors
With
running
the
through my
strength
veins.
of 1,000 lion and the strength of 1,000 giant, please stay strong. Please stay strong. With the strength of 1,000 elephant and the strength of 1,000 tiger, we stay strong. We stay strong. We stay strong.
I can see, run to the light at the end of the tunnel winner.
We stay strong.
I can't breathe, we're gonna get oxygen without the justice system.
We stay strong.
And I know, gotta keep my head together,
We stay strong.
Don't doubt me, please don't doubt me.
We stay strong.
Tell me how can we be strong if we still shooting? Tell me how can we be strong if we still looting? Tell me how can we be strong if we still hating? Please tell me now, please.